Hey, good morning. I see we got two on already. That's fantastic. We've got a mat. Yeah, you'll need a mat. Yeah. And mine's over there. You, of course, as usual, will need a water bottle. So make sure you have a water bottle handy. Today, of course, as per the use, no equipment needed for the workout today. All body weight, and it's more than just squats and push-ups. If you're joining us for the first time, we've got some great stuff, some creative exercises to get pretty much every muscle in your body firing. But today, once we hit our strength portion, we're going to have a real focus on the upper body and the core. We've done a lot of lower body work this week, and we're going to mix in a really good helping of upper body work to balance that out today, because I know that if you're like me, your legs and your glutes are probably a little bit tired. Hey, that's okay. That's great. That means you've been working hard. But like our usual kind of Tuesday, Thursday, the last couple of weeks, we're going to do my impact fitness class format. My legs don't even want to walk today. Julie, I am right there with you. I really, really am. And I run marathons for fun. We're going to loosely follow my impact fitness class format, which is some warm-up, some agility work. We're going to go into about 20 minutes or so worth of strength there, some small strength circuits. We're going to finish with a cardio endurance portion. And we're going to use a little lower body, Julie, for that cardio endurance portion. But you know what? Today, no squats, no lunges. But while we will be working the lower body, I think it's going to be stuff that's going to really help get that lower body warm and loose, which is, let's face it, that's what we all need this week, right, Julie? Yeah. So we'll give it maybe another 30 seconds or so, see if we get any more friends jumping on. And friends jumping on, I sound like my wife at preschool. And then we will get it started. Get a couple sips of water if you need to. Get your mat handy. Now, for one exercise, you're going to need a little wall space. Not a lot. We're not going to be moving. Hey, we got another one on. Awesome. You're not going to need a lot of wall space for this one exercise later, but you're going to need a little bit. You're going to need a little bit of room side to side to move during our warm-up and agility and during our cardio endurance portion. So you want to be prepared for that as well if you need to clear anything out of the way. Looks like we got all we're going to have for now. Anybody who jumps on for now is going to have to pick up where they meet us. So we're going to start just a little bit of a knee hug. Pulling that knee up and in, balancing. Now, we're pulling the knee up, not pulling the shoulders down. So I don't want you leaning into this. I want you lifting that knee up. Really fantastic exercise for balance. And you know, people don't work on balance nearly enough. It is a super important skill that's really kind of... It's a non-negotiable, in my opinion. The older you get, the chances that you're going to have balance issues increases, of course. We're going to one more each side. Oh, this feels good. And if you don't continue to work in your balance, we're going to go step, 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 step. Taking that wide, narrow. Step, 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 step. Little low-key warm-up, getting those adductors, getting those hips firing, whatever you want to do with the hands. So with my group classes, I work in some sneaky agility and balance stuff because I think balance is super important. With my one-on-one clients and small group clients, like your 2 and 3, also, I explain the importance of balance and work in balance work. Exercises to get you focusing on maintaining that balance. Back to these. Pull that knee up and in, up and in. If you don't work on balance, you're going to lose it. And then eventually you find yourself an older adult shuffling your feet because you're afraid to pick up your foot so far because you might tip over. And from there, it just becomes a downward spiral. So you absolutely want to continue working on balance. And that can be something as simple as standing on one foot while you're brushing your teeth. Shifting your weight from foot to foot if you're doing dishes in a sink. One more on each side. Oh, that feels good. You should do that more often. Out, out, in, out, in. I want you to notice what leg you led with there, the first leg you stepped out to the side with. And I'm willing to bet, I'm about 90% positive that you started with your left foot stepping out to the side. Am I right? Just out of curiosity. Out, out, in, out, in. Just getting those hips working, getting those knees working a little bit. Starting to gradually get that heart rate to climb up. One more, in. What's next on my list? Side shuffle. We're just gonna shuffle the side, side to side. Just a little quick, kind of a side skip almost, is what I can describe it as. A little shuffle to the side. You want to stay kind of more toward the front of your foot, up in the balls of your feet. Keeping it light. If you can hear your feet going thump, 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 you might be stepping too high. This is just a little light shuffle from side to side. You can probably hear my feet kind of shuffling on the floor there. One more side to side. Great, and now we're gonna step aside, reach and pull it in, reach, pull it in. Think about reaching out wide. There's a little rotation in there, and then pull it in and tuck that elbow back behind you. The idea is to get the elbow extending and flexing to get that upper back working. Feel those shoulder blades side as you pull in and tuck that elbow back. Plus, if you continue to do this, you're going to have an awesome dance move that no one can beat, right? We're going to go back to that shuffle to the side. And if you can combine this side shuffle with that reach, go right ahead. Reach, pull it in as you shuffle, pull it in as you shuffle. Look at you go. Now you've got an ultra super dance move. Reach, pull, pull. Coordination, agility, believe it or not, there is balance involved here. Being up in the balls of your feet. 2 and 1. Right on, you guys are awesome. Fast feet. Fast feet here. Pause. Fast feet here. Pause. Fast feet. Pause. Fast feet. Pause. Fast feet. Fast feet. Now we're going to revisit this exercise later in the workout during our cardio endurance. Right now, this is warm up with just a little agility mixed in. Getting used to the idea of using those hands as a control mechanism for a little bit of balance, stability, momentum. See, my hands are going kind of in time with my feet. One more. And now we're going to shuffle side, reach, pull it across. Coordination. Bye, bye, bye. No, no, no. Yeah, boy. Three, two, one. Little quick feet, not a whole lot, just a little bit. Those hands moving in time with your feet. Feel how the core wants to engage. Feel how those hands help you control and balance out that motion. Tight through here. One more to each side. All right. We're going to move on to our 20 minutes worth of strength. I'm going to grab a mat. The purple mat, my favorite because it's cushy. And actually, we don't need that mat quite yet. There's a little drink of water if you need it. We're going to do a little bit of standing work first. Now, I mentioned before that you probably want a wall just to do one of these exercises, and that one exercise is coming up. Instead of a wall, I'm going to be using the support pole because it works exactly the same as a wall for the intents and purposes of this exercise. First exercise, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hinge forward, hands on my knees, like you're talking to a little person, like you're talking to a young child. Okay? See how I am there? I got my hands down my knees. My back is nice and flat. I'm not slouched down. That back is here. So I can feel that back straighten out. I can feel those glutes kick in just a little bit to hold that position. From that position, keeping my back in that same place, I'm going to take my hands off my knees. Okay, now you feel the glutes really kick in to keep that back straight. Lift up to the side, back down. Up to the side, back down. Keeping that back nice and flat. As you lift up to the sides into that T position, I want you to feel those shoulder blades pull together. Imagine this motion coming from the back of your shoulder, from your shoulder blades, and from your upper back. So you should feel a lot of muscle working in between your shoulders once you get up to this point. Going slow and controlled in both directions, so we're not trying to fly. We're just trying to lift and squeeze. Let's go two more. 2 and 1. Upper back work there. One hand on your wall, your support pillar, what have you. We're going to lean in, push away. Lean in, push away. Sideways push-up. Now, yesterday, we did that sideways push-up across the body this way with this hand. This is a little different feeling. This is going to target that shoulder a little bit more. It's going to target that tricep a little bit harder. Not really feeling the chest in this like you would in yesterday's push-up, but you should be getting a little bit through the core. Let's try 2 more. 2 and 1. We're going to try the other side, same thing. Lean in, push away. I have to adjust that camera a little bit so you can see me better. Right now, you got a great view of the back of my studio, though. Bonus points if you can actually read what's written on that whiteboard, but I don't think you can. Let's try two more. 2 and 1. Right on. So some great shoulder work, some great upper back work there. We're going to repeat those. We've got 5 now. Wow. Hey, welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, no, count to 4. They saw that I noticed them and they ran away. If you're just joining us, please feel free to join in. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to go. All you need is a wall and your body. Repeating those 2 exercises. Getting down into that hip hinge motion, that hip hinge posture, okay? So you're lean forward on your hands like you're talking to a young child, okay? Hey, how you doing? You want a cookie? Yeah, you don't want a cookie. Nice flat back, engage to the glutes, drop the hands down, lift up into a T shape and back down. Drawing those shoulder blades in and together as you do that. Think upper back. Now, if you have some light dumbbells and you want to add some light dumbbells to this right there at home, you go right ahead. This is a great exercise to do with some weight. If you don't have dumbbells and want to add some challenge to this, you can hold anything that has a little bit of weight to it. So if you got a couple of heavy books, if you remember what encyclopedias are, I don't think anybody has those anymore. They're all at Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul. If you got a couple of water jugs, you could do this with a couple of water jugs. Soup cans, they weigh about a pound or so. Let's try 2 more. 2 and 1. For that matter, you could also do that with a stretch band. If you got a stretch band, you could hold a stretch band there and stretch that out. Hand against the wall. We're going to lean in, push away, sideways push up. Very shoulder focused. Expect to feel the top of your shoulder here. That middle deltoid, that anterior deltoid, the front delt maybe a little bit, right in the front of the shoulder. But you'll definitely, absolutely for sure, feel the triceps on this. And the farther you walk your feet away from the wall, 2 and 1. The farther you walk your feet away from the wall, the more you're going to feel those triceps. The tougher this exercise is going to feel. Lean in, push away. Now, to reduce how much your triceps feel, it's not going to reduce how much your triceps are working, but to take your mind off of that tricep, think about the shoulder, get that shoulder pushing. It's that visualization technique, thinking about what muscle is working. The more you can focus on feeling the shoulder, the more it will work. I'm not saying the tricep's going to work less than, you're still going to feel that tricep. You might notice it less though because you're focused on that shoulder. So if you're like, oh, my triceps, think shoulder, last one here. But think about that shoulder working. It's a great mind-body visualization technique. Talking to the child, nice flat back. Let those hands go, keep the back in the same position and lift up into the sides and back down. Up into the sides, back down, flying in slow motion. Really draw those shoulder blades together. Feel that upper back work. Now, if you've never joined in on one of these workouts, and this is number 28, 28. I've been doing all of these with a couple of very minor exceptions with absolutely no equipment necessary. I know that during this whole, if you want to call it a crisis, if you want to call it a situation, however you want to refer to it, your vernacular is your own. During this whole deal, there were a lot of people stuck at home who had gym memberships or can't get to those gyms and have no equipment at home, none at all. So I've been gearing these exercises toward you all who have, let's go 2 more, who have no equipment there at home to work with. Because I know how tough it is. I do, I really, really do. Push away. Now, if you haven't joined us for any of these before, or maybe have only done a couple, there are a couple of these virtual workouts where we've used like a broom handle or a piece of PVC pipe, where we've used like a yoga strap or a belt or something similar to that. Something that I'm sure pretty much everybody has something like that or something similar to that at home. Let's go 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Same thing, other side. But I want these workouts to be doable by anyone. And for some of them, like that exercise we were just doing, that hinged over T, you can do that and add weight to it. If you've got like some dumbbells or like I said, a stretch band or something like that at home, you can do that at home with weight. You can add weight to a lot of these exercises that I've been doing. So we did those ski shushers yesterday. You could add some dumbbells to that. We've done lunges. You could add dumbbells to that. We've done like a rowing motion, pulling back. Of course, that would be a great one to do with dumbbells. 2 more here. 2, ooh, I feel that shoulder. And 1, right on. I love that exercise. I love that exercise. That one is a fun one for me. I really enjoy doing stuff where I can feel my shoulders work. I'm adjusting that down because I'm going to move down onto the mat. So if you got a mat, great. Go ahead and make use of that mat. If you don't have a mat and you got like a comfortable carpet or whatever, great. You don't have to have a mat for this, but it certainly feels a lot better when you're kneeling. I'm going to grab this just so I can read my notes as I go. Because I've got an amazing memory for old songs and old TV jingles. But when I type up a workout the night before, I need notes the next day. Lord help me, I need notes the next day. All right. You have done the Superman, yeah? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that Superman. We're going to tuck back, up into a Y. Tuck back, up into a Y. Tuck back, up into a Y. Keep moving, but if you need to see what this actually looks like, I'm tucking back, up into a Y. Tucking back, up into a Y. Keep it going, keep it going. Tuck back, up into a Y. Upper back, shoulders, lats. You probably feel a little bit of core in this. Let's go 3 more. 3 and 2, up into a Y, and 1. Nice. Kneeling. 1 hand down on the floor, 1 leg out and extended. Pull that knee in, kick out. Pull that knee in, kick out. Keep it up off the floor, parallel to the floor if you can. Three and 2 and 1. Oh, feel that hip work. Yeah. All right. Kneeling. 1 foot extended out. We're going to pull that in, kick it out. Trying to keep that parallel to the floor. Here's where that balance comes into play. 4, 3. I hear the song Rhythm Nation playing right now. 1 more. Every time I hear that, I think of my sister Becky. So Sister Becky, if you're watching right now, I'm thinking of you as I hear that song Rhythm Nation playing. And I think you know why. Batman. All right, here we go. Up and do Superman. Pull those elbows back. Reach out to the sides. Reach out to the sides. Tuck back into a Y. Tuck back into a Y. You keep going with this. I'm going to be right back. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Down to that kneeling position. One hand on the floor, leg extended, side kick out. So we got a little lower body work here today. Not a ton. Two more. 2 and 1. Every time I hear the song Razzle Dazzle, I think of my sister Becky too. I'm not going to tell you why. You'll have to ask her. Here, tuck it in if you know her. Tuck in, kick out. Two and 1. Oh, feel those glutes and those hips work. Yeah. The tingle means it's working. The tingle means you're affecting change. You're stressing your body past its current comfort level. And that means it's going to grow stronger, more endurant. Endurant? Is that a term? Endurance. You're going to get more endurant. Tuck the elbows back, up into a Y. Back into a Y. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. If you need to put it down for a couple seconds, that's okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, feel those lats, feel those shoulders, feel that upper back work. That's fantastic. One knee down, one hand down, extend that leg. Whatever you want to do with your hand is perfectly okay by me. I can't see anyway. As long as you're not down here. Okay, the whole goal here is balance. Four, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Ready? Number 12. Oh, those glutes and hip. 3, 2, 1. Bring on. All right. Moving into our last circuit of 2 exercises in the strength workout. We still have our 10-minute cardio endurance to go after that. And I warned you yesterday, Julie, we would have cardio today. I didn't lie. Side plank. 2 ways you can do this. 1, on the feet. 2, on the knees. Either way is perfectly acceptable. Okay, what we're gonna do is reach underneath, reach up high. If you're on your knees, it looks like this. We're doing 10 on each side. If you're on your feet, it looks like this. You're gonna get a little more rotation if you're up on your feet. Well, I think I see Julie making a snide remark. Two more. 2 and 1. If we did an extra one there beyond 10, you can thank Julie because she's the one who distracted me. Comment. I'm here for it, barely, but I'm here. Yeah. I told you the story of Craig Alexander, either on your knees here or on your feet here. I told you the story of Craig Alexander, aka Crowy, that I read an interview with him, and he said in that interview, one of his secrets is that he doesn't skip a workout. He starts every workout, whether or not he finishes it. One more here. Good, because even if you're a pro athlete, sometimes you're just not feeling it. So even if he doesn't finish a workout, even if he has to change it to something different or modify it, lower reps, lower mileage, lower intensity on the fly, he said, I start every workout. And I've always tried to follow that philosophy, starting every workout, even if you don't finish it. There's a lot of power, a lot of mental power in action. One leg on the floor, one leg bent. Fingertips by the ears and curl the shoulders up a little bit. We're gonna lift up, lower down nice and easy. Lift up, lower down nice and easy. Push that low back down into the floor. Feel those shoulders curl up. Now, if you've got some low back issues, this might make your low back talk to you a little bit. 2 things you can do with that. You can get a towel or a cloth or something like that, bunch it up and put it under your low back. Or you can do this. Get that under your low back. That'll give you a little support. 2 more on the side. 2 and 1. Same thing other side. That's going to give you a little support and help support that low back. Now, I'm going to go back to this. Now what, Julie? I got through this and bar on Thursday, then Friday's an off day. Friday's an active recovery day. So if you haven't been following my virtual workouts, I've been doing these every weekday, Monday through Friday. Friday is always active recovery. Friday is the day when I do a chair-based workout that is focused on providing active recovery for people who have been working hard all week and maybe just need some mobility work and some light strength. 3 more here. It's a very, very appropriate workout and a very approachable workout for anybody who's got limited strength, limited mobility, limited balance. So think, maybe you've got an older adult in your life, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, somebody who isn't able to get out right now. These Friday workouts, up into that bridge, either on your feet or on your knees. These Friday workouts are fantastic for anyone who's maybe got chronic pain or a chronic disease like fibromyalgia or arthritis. Anybody who is just maybe limited in their strength, mobility, balance, like many older adults are. Do 1 more on this side. Right on. So if you haven't been watching my Friday workouts, they're really great. I finish those up and I'm like, I feel fantastic. I feel like I'm very warm, very mobile, and very loose. It's a great day of active recovery work for anybody who's been following these workouts throughout the week, has a sore body, but doesn't want to just sit around. They only take about a half an hour, 30, 35 minutes tops. Two more here. 2 and 1. Oh, yeah. One more time with these. Again, you can go here, you can go here, one leg straight, one leg back. Lift up and down. Get those shoulders up off the mat, push that low back down into the floor. As you do that and you get that little bit of a curl up from here, feel those ab muscles really engage. Especially when you're controlling that motion like you should be. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, yeah, those abs. Feel them. Right on. All right, curl up off the mat just a little bit. Raise lower with control. Now, if you prefer going here, that's fine. Doesn't really matter where you put your hands here. Just keep them up off the floor. Keep the elbows up off the floor. 2 more. 2 and 1. Oh. Right on. All right, so that was 3 times through that circuit. That is it for our strength for today, but it's not it for today. We still have our cardio endurance segment to go. Thank you. We're going to give you a minute or so to get that mat out of the way. To get a quick sip of water. I have my phone here with my timer on it. And in case you haven't noticed when I mentioned it before, I am using the Gym Next Flex Timer, if you can see that. It is a free app. It's on Google Play. I'm assuming it will be on the App Store for iPhone as well. I don't know that for sure. I just think it's a really great, versatile timer. You can program it on your own. I am not a paid ambassador. They don't even know that I exist as far as I know. I just think it's a really great product. So if you're looking for a timer for your phone for at home for doing like circuit work, interval work, stuff like that, this is a great timer. I tried a lot of different timers, and this has been the best one for me so far. Your mileage may vary, but all right. So cardio endurance circuits. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit just so I don't run into that pole right there, because that would be awkward. Especially since I'm the one who's leading this class. You can't knock yourself out when you're leading a class. All right, so 10 minutes. We're going 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off each of these exercises. 5 exercises, 3 cycles through. That's 15 rounds of 30-10, which comes up to about 10 minutes. I think it's 10 minutes on the dot, especially if you count that last 10-minute rest in between rounds. I'm going to start that right now. Counting down from 10. We're going to start with a Heisman shuffle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stick that landing on that 3rd step. Pick that knee up. Use those arms to help you control the core.
3, 2, 1.
10 seconds recovery. The next exercise, inchworm. Hands go down to the floor. Walk out to a push-up position. Walk back up.
2, 1. Go.
Walk out, stand. Walk out, stand. Good upper body and core work there. That's what happens when your brain in your mouth trying to say two different words.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
10 seconds rest. Third one. Up in the balls of your feet. Swing those arms hard.
2, 1. Go.
Nice tall posture. Tight core. Up in the balls of my feet. I'm almost on my toes. I'm right here. Trying not to let my upper body move except for my arms. My hips are static. My shoulders are static. It's like I'm sprinting toward a finish line. Notice as I do that, I wind up with a little bounce in my feet.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Shoulder work on that one. Exercise 4. Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. Center, left, center. Just quick, short little steps. Getting those hands moving in time with the feet.
3,
Control the
2,
core.
1. Rest.
10 seconds rest. Jumping jacks. Little jumping jacks. I'm going to show you the jacks.
3,
I'm going to show you a variation.
1.
So
Go.
jacks. If jumping is a problem for you, do step jacks. But get those arms moving in time with the feet. As quick or as slow as you feel like you need to go. That's okay.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
10 seconds rest. We're going back to the top with that Heisman shuffle.
3, 2, 1. Go.
We're doing a lot of stuff today that gets the hands and the lower body moving kind of in sync. In sync. Bye, bye, bye. I just like to point out this is the second time I've sung that song.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Exercise 2. Inchworms. Ready?
3, 2, 1. Go.
Down, walk it out, walk it back, stand.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
10 seconds rest. Arm swings. Up in the balls of your
3,
feet.
2, 1.
Slight
Go.
bend in the knee. Stiff torso. Drive those elbows back. Like you're sprinting toward the finish line. If you do that right, you're going to notice your body kind of bounces up and down on your feet a little bit. Tighten up that core. Tighten up those legs.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Oh, those arms really work. Quick feet. Right center, left center.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Center. Left. Center. Right, just a second or two in each position. Left, center. Right, center. Left, center. Right, center. Left.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
10 seconds rest. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks.
3,
Or step jacks.
2, 1. Go.
Just keep it moving.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
One more time through that circuit. Just 5 more exercises, and then we're done.
3,
Except for stretching.
2,
Heisman shuffle.
go. Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Inchworms. In 5.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Even if you're only doing this 10-minute cardio endurance segment today, even if you skipped all the other work, there is a ton of benefit, even in 10 minutes
2,
of intense work.
rest.
10 seconds off. Quick feet, nope, swings, arm swings.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Ton of benefit in even just 10 minutes of intense work. And let's be honest, even if you're just doing this last 10-minute segment, this last 10-minute cardio endurance segment, you're doing more than most people in this country do for exercise all day.
Rest.
Rest. So good for you. Good for you. Quick feet.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left,
3, 2,
center.
1. Rest.
Jumping jacks, and then we're done. Except for stretching. But then we're done after jumping
3,
jacks.
2,
We're stretching.
1. Go.
Jumping jacks or step jacks. Your choice. If you want to get super fancy, you can even shuffle side to side while you're doing jumping jacks. But let's not be a show off, huh? Just 5 more seconds.
3, 2, 1. Done.
Done. Done. Woo! That was good. That was good. All right. Let me get a quick sip of water. You do that too. How are you liking Flex Timer? It's great. It's just okay. I'm confused. That's awesome. I love it when companies have a sense of humor, when people have a sense of humor about themselves. That's nice. And I hope that you appreciate that I like to have a little fun with these workouts. I have a little sense of humor about this, and really about myself too. Stretch out, leg, nice tall posture, pull that heel up toward the butt. Now, if you've been with me a while, you know that I like doing this contralateral, this opposite arm and leg. I just like it. I think for most people, it's easier to reach down and grab that opposite leg and pull it up. Plus, this makes it a lot less likely that you're going to let that leg splay way out to the side, like I often see happen in a quad stretch where you're holding on the same side. I think this is a little gentler stretch while still being as effective as a same side quad stretch. Now, that being said, I like to be very science and evidence driven. I don't have any science or evidence to back that up. I feel like it is. I've been doing the stretch this way for a long time. Like I said, it feels easier to reach down and grab that foot and pull it up than it does to swing up behind. Ooh, I see a whole string of emojis there. You have tight quads, Julie? I'm right there with you. I was using my stick, and if you don't know what that is, after this stretch, I'm going to give you another stretch to start on, and I'm going to go and grab my stick. No, I'm going to grab my rolling stick so you can see what it is, so you can see what I'm talking about. Wonderful investment. Julie, you're going to like this. All right, so we've done some work with the hip, with the lats. We're going to stretch that out. One hand on, I've got on a pole. If you're going to do this against the wall, you can do this against the wall. I'm going to cross this inside leg across the front and reach up overhead. Hold it right there. Don't let go. I'm going to grab my rolling stick. I've got a couple of these. This is what it looks like. It's basically a rolling pin for muscles. It's got these rolling rings on it. And you can use this on tight, sore muscles. It's got a little flex to it. So it's got some give. You can get up through the back of the leg here. You can get down into the calves. Best of all, you can get kind of through the front of the shin with that. And then you can use the end of this for some targeted pressure. So I can get that anterior and posterior tibialis with that. It's difficult to get both of those. So I really enjoy having that. It's a fantastic tool. If you're looking it up online, it's just called The Stick. It is a brand named product. So if you're other side, if you're buying quote The Stick, there's probably going to be a little bit of a premium price on that. However, if you go to wherever you shop online, or to, let me say, if you go to your local specialty running store, or like a bicycling store or something like that, they'll probably have the stick right there. You can buy it right there, and I encourage you to do that. But right now, those stores are closed for the most part. So if you go to wherever you shop online, whether it's Amazon or whatever, and look for muscle rolling stick, you can find a lot of like third-party off-brands of those that you can pick up for sometimes under 10 bucks. They're effective. They don't have the same, they don't always have that same flex to them as I'm going to pull across here, as the stick does. You saw how that stick kind of flexes. And it has a little bit of give to it. So you can apply a lot of pressure or a little bit of pressure. I bought one on Amazon a while back that has a solid steel thread running through the core of it. So it has absolutely no flex on it. And it's a little bit knobby. Although the rolling rings, they have little bumps on them. So it's a really aggressive roller. And for somebody who's never done that before, it can be hard to find the right amount of pressure with that. One of the things I like about the stick is it works well for experienced and inexperienced users. Now, Julie here asks the question, can you use, how does it compare to a foam roller? A foam roller has a lot more give to it. When you lay down on a foam roller, it has some squish. So it's while it's applying pressure, it's a lot less targeted pressure. That being said, there are some foam rollers that have a lot more targeted pressure in them. So you can get a lot better push on them. You're gonna make a big letter C. I'm gonna get this either against the wall or against my pole with a real slight bend in my elbow. I'm gonna turn into it here. Feel that stretch to the front of the shoulder and front of the chest. So, and here's what I find. I find that using a foam roller on my quadriceps, in the front of the thigh, and on the fronts of my shins to be really awkward and sometimes hard to get a feel for. Plus, when you're using a foam roller on your quadriceps, usually you have to lay face down on it and roll back and forth, and it's hard to control the amount of pressure that you get. So one of the things that's nice about having a muscle rolling stick like this, and go ahead and do the other side. I'm just going to show you this. One of the things that's nice about having the muscle rolling stick like this is you can control how much pressure, either just a real light brush, or you can really dig down deep and get into specific areas of that muscle. So if I'm, say, have a knot right there, I can get right in there, or use the end of it and push down on that knot and try and work that out. Whereas with a foam roller, it's a lot more difficult to do something like that. Also with a foam roller, it's hard to really get right there through that area of the shin. You have to really kind of get forward on that, get your shins on there, balance, and then push back and forth. It's difficult to do, and it's tough. Now, to answer your question, Julie, could you use that on your back? Yeah, you really can. You can get, it's actually not difficult to get into your low back like that. But getting into your upper back proves to be a little more problematic because you have to be able to reach down here and then roll. And you can, I mean, these rhomboids here that are in between your shoulder blades, you can get those pretty good just by applying a little bit of pressure. But to get your whole back is tough with this. If you're going to be rolling your back out, I usually recommend using a foam roller, unless you have a partner who can roll your back out with this. And this works a lot like a rolling pin. So if you've got an old rolling pin at home, you could actually just use a rolling pin for this. One of the benefits of these muscle rolling sticks is it's got these little individual rollers that make it flow a lot more smoothly. Not that a rolling pin wouldn't work well, but a rolling pin is one solid thing. And you can do that. Now, it's really tough to get into the arms with this. You can do it. I have to just really push down and get through there and get through the shoulders a little bit. So you can get through arms and shoulders. You can get through upper body a little bit here with the muscle rolling stick. And that actually does feel pretty good. But where this really shines is like through the obliques, through the hips, through the quadriceps. And not an expensive tool at all. You can even find instructions. I found instructions on how to make these on your own just out of PVC. So for my money though, I like having somebody else make it for me. Yeah, I mean, the stick, if your legs are, Julie, with all those swear emojis, one of these would be fantastic for you. And if you don't have one and can't get one right now, a rolling pin makes a really good substitute, or even just a section of PVC pipe that you can roll back and forth on those muscles like a rolling pin. All right, so done with stretching out for today. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. I hope you learned something, especially in our little talk about the rolling stick. Heads up, like I mentioned, tomorrow is our chair workout. Heads up that next week, starting next week, I'm not going to be doing every day for this. Starting next week, we're going to be doing Monday and Wednesday for the regular workouts, and then we're going to be doing Thursday for the chair workouts. So I got some other stuff going on that I'm working on. So we've been doing every weekday up until now. We're at workout number 28. Tomorrow's going to be 29. This is week 6. But starting next week, we're going to be going down to just twice a week for these quote regular workouts, and then once for the chair workout for the duration of this lockdown. If you got any questions, feel free to contact me. You can get me by just dropping a comment here on this YouTube video, or you can visit me at my website, roysmalley.us. You can also find me on Facebook. Hope you have a great day. You're welcome, Julie and Melissa. Thank you so much for being here today. Drink plenty of water today. Get a light snack. Stay healthy. Stay safe.